Shaw is a researcher of Bible, and in an interview that he had with Seth Roth in his program Supernatural, he expressed that there is a portal where they are going to get out demons.
Countries of the earth, something like that.
And these are top scientists.
These are top scientists in the world. And actually, these are the most powerful scientific experiments that have ever been conducted on the face of the earth. They're accelerating these particles at just beneath the speed of light, and they film what's going on. Now, why are they doing all this? Well, particle physicists, of course, want to know about the nature of creation, so they burst these particles into their subatomic pieces to try to understand what they're doing. But they're also looking for gravitons because they believe that those gravitons might be escaping into a parallel reality.
Do they believe that they can actually create a passageway to what they think is heaven, which I know is the demonic realm?
They not only believe it, Sergio Bertolucci, who is the science director at CERN, said it in a public interview. He said, we are going to open a doorway at CERN, and he said we may send something through it or something may come through it back to us. But they
In Revelation 9:11 reads, they high over them a king, the angel of Abyss. In Hebrew his name is Abaddon, but in Greek is Apollo. An ancient prophecy expresses Apollo will get back and govern a new golden age, the new world order. The prophet said, it will be a terrible time. They'll get out locusts, they'll torture humankind, they'll get out from bowels of the world. It confirms what Revelation says. By it, they want to open portals. Sir, it's a tunnel it connects with world of darkness. Toho says that Sergio Bertolucci, science director of CERN, said that they are going to open a portal already for something getting to our world.
We open today with a quote from Revelation. The bottomless pit is open somehow, and we don't know exactly what it is, but it's some kind of a connecting tunnel, if you will, to the dark world. And I find it fascinating, and we talked about this before we went on today, that in Revelation 9:1, that's Revelation 9:11, you have this, and they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon. In the Greek tongue, his name is Apollyon. Apollyon is Apollo,
right?
Ancient Greek god.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we've done shows before where we've talked about the prophecy on the Great Seal of the United States of America, which is taken from the Cumae Sibyl's predictions.
Yes.
That at the end of time, Apollo will return and that he will rule the new golden age. That's where the Novus Ordo Seclorum on the Great Seal comes from. The new world order. But before the Sibyl prophesied that, it was in Scripture. It was predicted by the prophets of old that the day would come in which that doorway is going to open. It's going to be a terrible time. Transgenic entities are going to come up, these locusts, right, come up out of the bowels of the earth, torturing humanity. And yet, I find it very interesting that in verse 21 of that same chapter you were quoting from, chapter 9, it says, and yet they, the people being tortured by what's coming up out of the earth, it says, and yet they repented not of their sorcery. And this is the Greek word pharmakia, which we all know in the Bible was forbidden. This is the effort to make contact with entities on the other side of a dimensional veil.
Now, you